Hey everyone, Scott from Horserside, back with another episode of Shit I Got This Week. And boy, do I have some shit for you. Actually, it's not a lot. Got some dollar books from the LCS, and a couple of small eBay packages. So, let's roll into the dollar books. You guys know how I like my giveaways. So here we've got a electronics, the discovery that changed the world. 1978. I want to say this is second or third printing on this one. More Wolverine McAllister stories. Journey, issue 6. And issue number 11. Mesner Loeb. You can never pass up a copy of Wildcats number 2. Found The Abyss number 1. It was only a 2-issue limited series. I didn't see issue number 2 laying around. Maybe I'll stumble across it, but one of my all-time favorite movies right here. All-Star Squadron 21, run filler. Eternals number 3. Nothing I was looking for. It was double bagged. It was doubled up behind one of the books I had got and didn't know it. So technically it was kind of a free book, I guess. It was a cool wraparound cover. Birds of Prey by Bill Willingham. Rich Rankin inks and Janet Jackson color. Not a bad book. The Futurians by Dave Cochran, issue number 1. And issue number 3. Never pass these up for a buck. Normal Man, number 1. From Aardvark Van Heim, same people that did Journey. It's also the same people that did what did they do? They did that Albedo. Yes, they did Albedo, which is first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. So I pick up these aardvark books whenever I see them. I don't go crazy on them and try and get multiple copies, but if it's an aardvark book I don't have, I'll grab it. Youngblood number 1, second printing. Unity, issue 0. Can never have too many copies of that. Barry Windsor art. Speaking of Barry Windsor, that's probably him texting me. Predator versus Magnus, issue 1. Again, Barry Windsor art. And then I found a couple of copies of issue 2. Justice League of America 261, the final chapter. This is actually the last issue of the series. Not a bad one to pick up for a buck. Hamster Triumphant. This is one of my favorite covers. I definitely pick these up whenever I find them. The actual title is Clint, the Hamster Triumphant. Issue 1 of this series is kind of a Dark Knight homage cover. And then, if you don't know, this is an Apocalypse Now homage. This came out back in '87, before the homage covers were cool. So I've got a half a dozen or so copies of this now. I'm going to probably start AOKing some of these out, because everybody should have one of these in their collection. But I found 2 copies of that. Superman 75, 4th printing. Just a printing I did not have. Another giveaway book, Radio Shack, Superman, 1978, I think. 1980 was this printing. Conan the Barbarian, 246, run filler. It's always good to find those for $1. More run fillers. Jonah Hex 53. Jonah Hex 49. Jonah Hex 47. Another book I always pick up for $1 whenever I see them. Darker Image. Number 1. No card in this one, but this one is still polybagged with a card. I think this one might have the Blood Wolf card in it. Unknown Soldier, issue 1. I think this is series 3 from '97. One-shot parody issue, X-Men. Pronounced Zemen, 1 syllable, whatever. Pretty cool parody issue. Action Comics 685. You know, another homage cover from the Funeral for a Friend series. And then the one and only new book for the week, Parasomnia, issue number 1. They forgot to put this in my poll, and this was the only cover available. So I did not get the Muti cover, but I'll see if he still has one, which I'm sure he probably does. Talk him into sending to me with my next batch of artwork from him. So there's my dollar books. Next we have some Daredevil books. I'm still working on that run. I just found a little lot on eBay. It was 21 books. I needed 9 of them. But the other ones that I didn't need, I figured were duplicates maybe worth having. And I got the 21 books for $50 shipped. So 321, the glow-in-the-dark cover. For some reason there were 3 copies of it. It's almost like it was meant for me. 280, 200, 187, 183, Punisher issue, 179, 175. So far these have all been duplicates. $124, And 118. 117, not a duplicate. 103, not a duplicate. Pretty much all the rest of these were the books I needed. 101, 96, 90, 86, 68, 66, let's see here, 28, this one was a duplicate, and then 26. So again, $50 for the lot. I got 9 books I needed. I've got 12 for a sale or trade. So not bad there, I think. And finally, my best pickup of the week from July of 1942. Are you excited already? Once you hear 1940 whatever, you should just automatically become excited. So from July of 1942, Magic Comics, number 36. Gorgeous, patriotic flag cover. Magic Comics is, it's one of those, funny books. Not a lot of, like issue number 1 with the first appearance of Mandrake the Magician. There's some big first appearances in it, in the series. This particular book, there's really nothing special going on in it other than the patriotic cover. But it contains Blondie, some Mandrake, Lone Ranger. Not necessarily the Lone Ranger how you're used to seeing him. He does suit up though. Good old Indian lore. And what I think is interesting is, well, Secret Agent X9 is interesting, but really, I like Thimble Theater starring Popeye. So Thimble Theater is where Popeye started. Within Thimble Theater strips. The Land of the Jeeps starring Popeye and Wimpy. Nice War Bonds ad. Barney Baxter. Dinglehoofer. I can honestly say I've never heard of that one until just this second. Dinglehoofer and his dog. More Dinglehoofer. I wonder if they wanted this figure in the background to kind of look like a swastika. Spraying the dog with DDT. And finally, on the back, an ad for MacArthur the Magnificent. Pretty cool. The Daredevil books all came from Gamma Rays Comics. There was no deal on those. I can't say no deal. It was just a straight auction. I bought them. This Magic Comics came from Sinbad. Oddly enough, it seemed that you normally get better deals off of people who sell on eBay if you contact them directly. And Sinbad Comics lists a lot of books on their website. This book they had listed for $100 on their website. They had it listed for $110 on eBay, and I offered them $75 on eBay, and they accepted. So I guess I don't know if I would have contacted them directly and made them an offer off eBay if it would have gone any differently or gone any better. But just something to consider if you're looking at any books they've got. They've got books kind of across the whole spectrum. Not just gold. But isn't that all that really matters? And I believe, yes, I am positive that is it. Still waiting on some more art to come in before I put together my next art show. Hopefully sometime soon. And I've made a few eBay purchases this week that I'll be waiting to show up hopefully next week so I can have another episode for you. Until then, though, that'll do it. Yeah, I just, something came to my mind and I thought I had something else to show and I lost it. So if I remember what it is, I'll throw it in next week's episode. So until then, I'm Scott from Hoarder's High, and I want to know what's in your high.